Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will be talking about some of the frequently asked questions related to the review choice demonstration for inpatient rehabilitation facility services. Let's get started with the questions. What does the inpatient rehabilitation facility services review choice demonstration or RCD do? This demonstration establishes a review choice process for IRF services to test improved methods for the identification, investigation, and prosecution of potential Medicare fraud. Additionally, this process has been established to improve compliance with Medicare program requirements in order to ensure that the right payments are made at the right time for IRF services. What states does this demonstration impact? CMS initially implemented the demonstration for providers that are physically located in Alabama, then will expand to Pennsylvania, Texas, and California, as well as IRFs located in any state that bill to the MAC jurisdictions JJ, JL, JH, and JE, regardless of where they are physically located. More information will be provided about the demonstration's expansion into other states in the future. Examples: I am an IRF located in a demonstration state but bill to a different MAC than the one for that state. You are included in the demonstration if the MAC that you bill to is JJ, JE, JL, or JH. If you bill to another MAC, then you are not included in the demonstration. Another example: I'm an IRF located in a non-demonstration state but bill to a MAC in the demonstration. You are included in the demonstration if you bill to any of the MAC jurisdictions included in the demonstration. Another example: I'm an IRF located in a demonstration state but JJ, JE, JL, or JH is not my Medicare administrative contractor or MAC jurisdiction. You would not be included in the demonstration. Will providers receive notification prior to the implementation date in their state? At least 60 days prior to the implementation date in your state, CMS will announce the date the demonstration will begin. At that time, providers will be advised of the date that the 30-day choice selection period will open as well as the deadline when it will close. These activities will occur within the 60-day notification period. Does the demonstration apply to beneficiaries already receiving IRF services before the demonstration start dates? IRF services that begin prior to the start date of the demonstration in each state/MAC jurisdiction are not subject to the demonstration. However, any IRF services or stays occurring on or after the start date of the demonstration in each state/MAC jurisdiction will be subject to pre-claim or post-payment review depending on the choice selected. Does the review choice demonstration create new documentation requirements? The RCD or review choice demonstration does not create new documentation requirements. Rather, it only requires submission of the same information currently required to be maintained for IRF payment. IRFs will have flexibility as they are able to choose their path to demonstrate compliance with the applicable Medicare rules and policy requirements. What are the initial review choices? The initial review choices are Choice 1, Pre-Claim Review or PCR. Under this selection, all claims are subject to pre-claim review or PCR. Unlimited resubmissions are allowed for non-affirmed decision prior to submission of the final claim for payment. Claims associated with a provisionally affirmed request will not undergo further medical review except in limited circumstances. Choice 2, Post-Payment Review. All IRF claims are reviewed after final claim submission. In this selection, default selection if no initial review choice made. Once the claim is submitted, the MAC will process the claim for payment, then ask via an additional documentation request or ADR for the IRF to submit medical records. After each 6-month period, an end of cycle affirmation/approval rate will be calculated and communicated to the IRF. What happens if I do not select the pre-claim review option? Providers who decide not to participate in Choice 1 pre-claim review can instead select Choice 2, the post-payment review option. If a provider does not make a selection, they will default into Choice 2, post-payment review. When can an IRF select another review choice? Both PCR and post-payment review will be evaluated over a 6-month review cycle. At the end of each 6-month period and within 30 days, the MAC will communicate to the IRF their pre-claim review affirmation or post-payment claim approval rate and if they have met the review threshold. If the IRF's full affirmation rate or claim approval for that 6-month cycle meets target threshold, the IRF may select one of the 3 subsequent review choices. What are the subsequent review choices? Every 6 months, IRFs may select from one of the 3 subsequent review choices if the pre-claim review affirmation rate or post-payment review approval rate is at the target affirmation rate. The subsequent review choices are Choice 1. Continue with pre-claim review. Choice 3. Selective post-payment review. In this selection, a random sample of claims will be chosen for review every 6 months. Default selection if no subsequent review choice made. Choice 4. Spot check review. Every 6 months, 5% of a provider's claims are randomly chosen for review. Providers may remain in this option as long as they continue to show compliance with Medicare coverage rules and guidelines. What is the target affirmation rate? An IRF's target affirmation rate is based on the following sliding scale from the time an IRF starts the demonstration. First review cycle, 80% affirmation rate. Second review cycle, 85% affirmation rate. Third review cycle, 90% affirmation rate. Any new IRFs will be subject to the target affirmation rate review cycle that their state has in process at that time. What if an IRF does not meet the threshold or affirmation/claim approval rate? If the IRF's affirmation or claim approval rate is less than the target affirmation/approval or they have not submitted at least 10 requests/claims, the IRF must again choose from one of the initial 2 options. For the review threshold, is it calculated based on only the initial submission or any submission/resubmission submitted within the 6-month cycle period? An IRF's target affirmation rate is based on a sliding scale from the time an IRF starts the demonstration. Pre-claim review or PCR will be evaluated over a 6-month review cycle based on any submission that is affirmed. If the IRF's full affirmation rate for the 6-month cycle meets target threshold, the IRF may select one of the 3 subsequent review choices. Is there an appeal process under the demonstration for non-affirmed pre-claim review requests or post-payment reviews? All existing claims appeal rights remain unchanged under the demonstration. Claims that are denied under the demonstration are appealable. Non-affirmed PCR determinations are not appealable. However, providers have the option of resubmitting the PCR request before filing a claim or submitting a claim which will be denied and then submitting an appeal. Under the demonstration, who will make the review decisions? The MAC will be conducting medical reviews and will make these decisions using existing applicable regulations and other CMS policies. All clinical activities will be directed by the contractor, medical director, or CMD, who will be responsible for the clinical oversight of the IRF RCD program. Will providers be required to participate in targeted probe and education or TPE in RCD at the same time? No, providers will not be under TPE review and RCD at the same time. Providers currently on TPE review will be removed prior to CMS implementing RCD in that particular state. Are beneficiaries covered under a Medicare Advantage plan included in the RCD? No, the RCD only applies to Medicare beneficiaries covered under fee-for-service or FFS Medicare. Will IRFs in the demonstration states be allowed to require that beneficiaries sign an Advance Beneficiary Notice or ABN? An ABN may only be given to a beneficiary on the basis of a genuine reason about the likelihood that Medicare may deny items or services furnished to the beneficiary as not medically reasonable and necessary under Section 1862A1 of the Act, giving a beneficiary an ABN for all items or services without regard to the likelihood that the services would deny as being not medically reasonable and necessary is considered a blanket written notice and is not permitted. Furthermore, a beneficiary has the right to refuse to sign an ABN. Requiring a beneficiary sign an ABN is not permitted. How do we make an RCD selection? Providers will have 30 calendar days to select an initial review choice prior to the start of the demonstration. The 30-day selection period will end 2 weeks prior to the start of the cycle to select an initial review choice. Choice selection will be announced and made through the MAC. What is the PCR option? Pre-claim is a process through which a request for provisional affirmation of coverage is submitted for review before a final claim is submitted for payment. PCR helps make sure that applicable coverage, payment, and coding rules are met before the final claim is submitted. What if I do not make a selection? IRFs who do not select an initial review choice will default to choice 2 post-payment review. IRFs who do not select a subsequent review choice will default to choice 3 selective post-payment review. Can I change my selection after one has been made? Yes, providers can make and change their review choice selections until the night the selection period ends. Under the review choice demonstration, how long will Medicare have to provisionally affirm or non-affirm a PCR request? Medicare will make a decision on a PCR request within 2 business days for an initial request and 2 business days for a resubmitted request following a non-affirmed decision. Do I have to participate in 100% review? Yes, providers will need to participate in either 100% pre-claim or post-payment reviews until the first review cycle. If the affirmation/approval rate meets the threshold for the review cycle, then the provider will have the option to choose from one of the subsequent choices. Is there an option to remain in 100% review even if I meet the target affirmation/approval rate threshold? Yes, providers that prefer to remain in 100% review upon completing the initial 6-month review cycle have the option to continue with PCR. Is the IRF Patient Assessment Instrument or PI required? This documentation will not be available for submission of PCRs. As per the requirements, the IRF PI form should generally be included in the beneficiary's medical record at the IRF either in electronic or paper format. Where can I send additional questions? Additional questions on the review choice demonstration may be sent to CMS at the email address that you can see on this slide. For your convenience, I have also pasted this email address in the description box down below. This is it for today. Hope you found this information useful. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hope to see you next time. Bye now.